March 3rd, 2015. Welcome to the March edition of Making a Difference, Central Missouri. Welcome and thanks for being here. Our guest tonight is, you know what? I'm turning it over to you.
Joël Coirin.
Wow, that's a cool name.
Thank you.
I'm guessing French.
French speaking, yes.
Very good. Now, Joël, you are the director and founder of
You go for it.
La Petite École.
Very nicely said.
Did I do okay?
You did great.
La Petite École.
Yes.
Now, exactly, what is this? What is your organization? What do you do?
Well, we are the French Immersion School, and we've been around since 2005.
10 years.
10 years. This is our 10th anniversary.
Wow.
Yes.
Has it been fun?
It's been fun every day.
Every day.
Yes.
You get up in the morning just excited about going to work.
I forget all my worries when
There
I'm
you
in
go.
my classroom with my children.
Now that's the way it should be.
Yes.
To do something that just gets you excited every day.
Yes.
And you've been doing it for 10 years.
10 years.
What started the passion?
Well, the passion started actually away from Columbia. My husband and I were living in Virginia for 3 years, where both of our children were born, and I was very privileged to teach in a French immersion early childhood setting over there. And at that point, having taught French, Spanish at the university level, all the way down to elementary school, I realized that this is really the age that is most influential in learning a language. So I decided that Columbia, not having anything of that nature, or for mid-Missouri anyway, I wanted to start such a school for this community.
And we're glad you did.
Thank you.
Columbia's a far piece. Now, I told you I speak 2 languages.
Yes.
English, barely, and some hillbilly. I do pretty good at that. But Columbia is kind of a great distance from your home country of Belgium.
Yes.
How have you acclimated to the Midwest?
Well, I love Columbia. I think Columbia has that eclectic feel where people come from all countries and all backgrounds here. So I think that it is a perfect setting for this type of opportunity for our community.
We are extremely diverse. Columbia is kind of a bubble in Missouri. I think of it as kind of being in a bubble. We are a very diverse community, and that's good. That's good. It's great for all of our children. We're exposed to so many different cultures here with the university and Columbia College and Stevens. It's a great environment for our kids. So what do you plan to do with your school? Do you plan to expand? Is there growth in the future? Tell us a little bit about your school and what it takes to get in.
Well, our school doesn't have like an admissions procedure per se. We're very welcoming and open to everyone. We're hopeful that our school will continue to grow in a very steady and strong and secure manner. We're continuously focusing on the quality of our programs and making sure that the programs that we do offer are, again, very sound in terms of not only their educational basis with regards to the language immersion per se, which it sounds easy if you're from the outside looking in and you don't really have any idea what that might be like. If I say to you, we're going to teach, today we're going to teach painting, and we're going to teach painting in French, how would you do that? But there are so many aspects to teaching, in this instance, young children how to how to paint in French or in a foreign language by maximizing their language learning opportunities. So We've grown to become very good at doing this. So that's one aspect. And then we are constantly improving our academic programs. We teach children how to read. We teach children mathematics in such a way that is fun and engaging for them. And children really derive a sense of ownership of their knowledge and feel really good and proud about what they can do. So they do all of this in the context of a foreign language or another language, and that's really the amazing aspect of that portion of our program, that which is destined to the young children.
Now you're starting to expand, though, in programs towards adults, aren't you? You're not only doing the youth-based stuff, but you're also expanding your programming to reach adults.
Yes, yes. We started that. It was a little bit of a challenge initially, and we opened it up to adults because there's a lot of research that has come out recently that shows that for older people, particularly, learning another language allows them to keep their brains active for a longer time. And we all know that, unfortunately, there are degenerative diseases that can strike, in families. And this is such a fun way for everyone to remain engaged. People like to travel, and it's fun to visit French-speaking countries. And so we've all had a great time with teaching the adults. It's not at all the same population as our children, so we offer classes once a week in the evening for different levels. And we find that we can use, obviously, like a different kind of humor that we can with young children. When you teach preschool, you only need 2 jokes. So it's quite simple, but this also keeps us on our toes with regards to our ability to teach language per se. But we also do it in an immersion setting so that it also continues to promote the learning principles that we firmly believe in, and that when you learn a language, it is so much more valuable to learn it in the language itself as opposed to being talked to about the language.
Now, you have, a monthly meeting in downtown Columbia?
Yes. Well, it's unrelated to the school. This is something...
But it's about language.
But it's about language.
It's all about language.
Yes, it is all about language. But about 17 years ago, there were 3 of us who once a month would get together and speak French, and we had such a great time. So we continued to meet about once a month, and then the idea caught on, and it became like a ritual, if you wish. So we decided to open it up to the community, and it carried on, and I sort of became the vessel of this group. It's called the Francophones, which means those who speak French. And we meet once a month. In the last many, many years, it has been at the Heidelberg, which is on 9th Street across from the School of Journalism. There's a room on the right-hand side as you enter the Heidelberg, and it's usually reserved for us. And it's the first Wednesday of the month. So every time you hear the sirens, it's really not to remind you that the tornado sirens. It's just to remind you that the Francophones are meeting. And it's at 7 o'clock. Everyone is welcome in the community, no matter what your level of French speaking ability is. You're welcome to join us. We have a Facebook page also that you can follow us on. It's Francophones of Meaux. And the meetings are there to be reminded also. And it's just nice. We have people of all socioeconomic backgrounds, people of all walks of life, people from different career paths that come and come together to speak French about all sorts of topics, from very light to very sometimes intense topics, but everybody's always nice. And we do that once a month. And once a year, we have a meeting where we get together and we do like a French tradition of that resembles like the king's cake. But it's all in good fun. And I think that there are a lot of groups in Colombia that are centered around a language or maybe a religion or different things that I think are of cultural interest and that are worth being aware of, where you can either join in or participate or just know about.
I think it's awesome what you guys are doing. I really do.
Thank you.
How can the community learn more about your endeavors, your school? We know where you meet on the first Wednesday of every month, the Heidelberg.
Yes.
But what about the school? How can the community learn more about you? Do you have a website?
Yes, we have a website. It's the name of the school. It's a .org. So it's the name of the school without the first word. So it's petiteecole.org. So PETITEECOLE.org. We also have an open house. It's our Discovery Day that's coming up a week from Saturday. It's on March 14th, on Saturday the 14th of March.
9 to 11.
That's right. And
then the second event you have coming up is April 18th.
Right.
Now, what is that one?
Well, on April 18th, we have our 7th annual Soirée Gourmande. One of the things that we have strived to do, because we are a not-for-profit organization, is to raise monies to make our school available and accessible to diverse populations. So it's not for families who have easy access to this type of educational opportunity. And so we have scholarship monies available to several families take advantage of this on the basis of need. Okay. So in order to be able to have these scholarships available, we have a Soirée Gourmande, which is a dessert competition in Champaign, and we're very kindly thankful to our community members, restaurants, and...
Now we can learn more though on the website, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Petite, Ecole, ECOLE.org.
.org, that's correct.
Listen, thank you so much.
Merci
I hope
beaucoup.
to see, speak English to me.
Merci beaucoup.
Sure, absolutely. Come back and see us, will you? Will you please?
I would love that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Our second guest is Michael Yetman. Michael is the digital media specialist with the Food Bank for Central and Northeast Missouri, the digital guru.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
I think it's fair to say I have the best grasp of the internet where I work, is how it is.
You know what, I'll tell you what, just through our conversation, I would be willing to bet $1 to a dime that that's not the only thing you do.
It is not the only thing I do.
Okay, so you want to pay up now?
Yeah, everybody's got a few different hats, so.
Well, you have to. You're a not-for-profit organization.
There's no slowing down, that's for sure.
No, that's good though. That's good. So, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
All right. Well, of course, like you said, I'm the digital media specialist. Essentially, I work on getting our message out online to different groups of people, making it creative, finding new ways to do that, and that's fun. But I also get to go out and physically work with donors and see what they're doing. What's unique, I guess, for that is I have never worked in nonprofit till I joined the food bank, and it's a whole different world. It's a lot of movement, it's a lot of working pieces, and it's a lot of people very, very devoted to a very uphill battle.
You'll find there are a lot of volunteers. I mean, your mere existence and the existence of a lot of not-for-profits depends on volunteers.
Last year alone, more than 44,000. You imagine what we'd have to pay.
44,000 volunteer hours.
Imagine what we'd have to pay out per, if that was minimum wage, even just minimum wage to pay people to do that
44,000
work.
hours.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But where would your efforts be without those dedicated individuals?
Oh, absolutely lost. People have the misconception that we get these perfectly packaged items of food and they go out perfectly packaged. A lot of times we get bulk items from companies that will send us, I don't know if you've ever seen this, but a tower of cereal that will get a couple, 1,500 pounds of cereal all saran wrapped into a column. And they bring
Really?
it in, and our volunteers break it down into manageable bags of cereal that we can send out in buddy packs.
That's amazing. Now, what's a buddy pack?
Buddy Pack is it's a program for children. This is kind of nationwide. Everybody has a different name for it. But Buddy Pack for us is a small bag of food that is all food that children can open by themselves. They don't need any adult assistance. And every Friday they get this bag put into their backpack to take home so that they can eat on the weekend. Because there's a lot of stories. I could tell you stories all night about people who've witnessed kids who've come in after a full weekend of no food in their house. And as studies show, they're more unruly, they don't learn as well, they're tired, they're exhausted. I've been hungry, but I've never been 3 days hungry and having to go to work. So
I tell you, it's got to break your heart, Michael. It has to break your heart.
we have an amazing lady who works in our children's program, and they do surveys regularly.
Who is it?
Stacy Brown. She is our children's program front line. And
Is she a volunteer?
No, not anymore.
paid?
She's moved her way up, and this is
Good.
what's unique is that she has a lot of personal experience with Buddy Pack before working the program for us, and she really takes the hits. There are stories that come in from counselors, from schools, from bus drivers, from teachers, that if you had to read it every day, you just lose faith.
No, you can't lose faith. That's the great thing about what you guys do. Someone has to keep the faith and keep plowing ahead, because without you, imagine the impact hunger would have on our community children if it wasn't for you. Imagine that.
Well, and not only us, but our donors, we cover a third of the state.
Give me some numbers. How many children in central Missouri or northeast Missouri suffer from hunger?
The easiest way to break this down, 1 in 6 adults are hungry. 1 in every 5 children are hungry. We send out in our 32 counties that we cover in Missouri, so a third of the state that we cover, we send out more than 7,500 Buddy Packs a week.
Now that's the pack that goes home with the
That's the
child
pack that goes home with the
on
child.
Friday from school.
So every week, more than 7,500 of those go out.
And there's enough food in that buddy pack to get these children through a weekend.
A lunch, dinner, snack, and once a month they get a jar of peanut butter they can kind of store away and kind of keep handy. And that only meets right around 13% of the need.
13%.
7,500 backpacks filled each week, all ages, all over the place.
So Michael, what are we doing about the other 77?
We're finding more ways to get money in.
77%.
You're looking at $180 per backpack for a year to adopt one child for a full year.
How much?
$180.
Look at that camera right there, and you need to tell Missouri we need help. This is insane.
It is. The numbers are hard. The numbers are hard to understand. But $180 breaks down, if you break that down per day, is a whole different number. It's skip your cup of coffee for a week.
Yeah.
Skip, one small change in your life can change another person's life completely.
How can people make donations to what you do, to your organization?
We make it as easy as possible. You can go online and donate at sharefoodbringhope.org. You can literally come into the building, and we would be glad to show you our facility, everything that we have, and you can do a donation there. And then, of course, we have these envelopes that go out for Adopt a Buddy or things like that.
Yep.
We're always just a phone call away. Any questions, anything, we're right there. And we have so many events that it's hard to miss us.
We don't want to, though.
And that's what we hope. We hope to be a little bit more noticeable.
So if you and your organization weren't out in front addressing this issue, the issue of hunger, who would there be?
You know, that's the other working piece to a food bank is all of our agencies, our pantries that work with us. We are a holding place, and we can get food and send it out. Now, we're unique because all our food goes out for free. Most food banks, there's a cost. All of ours goes out for free. So our pantries, it's beneficial for them to work with us. That being said, our pantries are the most loyal to their communities. If you want to know who truly cares about hunger in their area, find your local pantry. Those people spend their own money, bend over backwards, do amazing things to make sure their people are fed.
Now, do you have major donors in this area?
Oh,
in
yeah.
your 32 county region, are there major donors, people that we should know who is out there and working hard to address the hunger issue in our communities? Who are they?
We have had all over. Columbia businesses, you know, it's really hard to list straight through them, but a lot of Columbia well-known businesses take time out of their way to work with us. Each year, the Granger Foundation helps us with our hunger run. They give us money that goes directly to it. Our Float Your Boat event coming up with Bass Pro and Kaffner. And then, of course, every fall, MU Athletics lets us team up with football. And we get a donation based off of the number of points that they score, how many sacks in a season. And so it's really creative funding, but we do have a lot of support in the area. We're one of the rare few where we cover such a large area, but we're looked to by a lot of other food banks on how it operates.
I don't know what to say. You know, I'll tell you, this is a topic that no one wants to talk about. Am I wrong?
No, you know what the problem is, and something I've learned more and more. It's hard to feel helpful as a single person. Everybody never wants to talk about it because they're concerned about that.
That's right.
But if every single person does just a little bit, it becomes a lot, and a lot of it helps everybody.
It does. It does. It adds up.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to talk about hunger. I mean, who wants to talk about a child leaving school and being hungry for 2 or 3 days before they get back to the school environment where they can eat? That's shameful.
It is. And Tony Robbins, I believe, the motivational speaker, mentioned it's scary that one of the wealthiest countries in the world can't afford to feed its people.
That's what's amazing to me is how can the United States of America, in my opinion, the greatest nation on earth, let our children go hungry? Let anyone go hungry.
And it's you know, it's an epidemic. It's a different it's a wide variety, a spectrum of people who suffer too. It's the mom with 3 kids who can't pay all of her bills. It's the family struggling because they're in a crisis.
Utility bill, food. What is it?
And it's
a heck of a choice.
And financially, people, I understand people nervously give financially. There's been a lot of backlash in the past. I understand that. For us, we have a proven system of $1 is the same as 15 pounds of food. We get $1, we can get 15 pounds of food.
$1, 15 pounds of food.
That's right.
That's amazing. Any events coming up real soon?
The big one for us to plug right now is we have 3 events in April. We have Float Your Boat, April 12th.
Okay.
Or April 25th, I'm sorry. April 18th is Black and Gold Game at MU. We're collecting food. And then April 18th is also the Columbia Color Run where we benefit.
Great.
But you can keep up with the list of our events online.
If someone wants to make a donation, cash donation to you, just go to your website?
Just go to www.sharefoodbringhope.org.
Share Food, Bring Hope. Isn't that catchy?
We hope so.
I think it's phenomenal. Share Food, Bring Hope. It's amazing. We shouldn't even be having this discussion, Michael, but we are.
Well, I appreciate
we
you bringing
are,
us on.
and please come back
Absolutely.
anytime. Give us an update on how things are going. This is a tough subject, man. I'm so glad you're here.
Well, I'm glad we get to be here to do it. I will say this: 2015, we started out very strong. Of course, it's an uphill battle. You can't win it overnight, but
Well,
just staying steady. We've got really great people working behind the scenes to try to make it happen.
one buddy pack at a time,
One
man.
buddy pack at a time.
One buddy pack at a time. It sounds like a great plan. Listen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't be a stranger to making a
Absolutely.
difference. Come back and let's see how everything's going. Okay.
Absolutely, I appreciate it.
Thanks so much.